Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for what is a little bit of a surprise package for the Lynn Tech Tigers. The seniors on this team thought they had played their last game at Manning Field, and now they get a shot, a possibility of winning a Mass Vocational state championship. They're taking on Franklin. Tech is the number 3 seed at 9-1. Franklin's the number 4 seed at 5-5. Tech is going to kick it off, and they have a shot at winning the Mass Vocational State Championship. Gary Zaverka was the coach the last time Tech did that, and it's kind of a convoluted system. We'll talk about it. There are different scenarios that would get them there, and there are different scenarios who would get them out of there. So pieces have to fall into place. They kick it off at the 26-yard line and getting just shy of the 40-yard line. They're going to put it at the 39.
89, number Colby Malo carry. Tackle made by
Dominic Bowden Smith returned the kick to the 39. So Franklin will have it. A long trip for them. They got some fans on the other side, quite a few, considering they came all the way from Franklin. They run the ball to the left side with Spencer Talega. To the 41 for a pickup of 2. 2nd and 8. They're the Eagles against the Tigers on a very cool day. It started out this morning, the sun was shining, it was nice and warm. All of a sudden, it is cold. Trying to run to the near side, they get run over. Bailey Young. Back to the 37, they lost 4. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. Franklin with the white tops, the blue pants. Tech in there almost entirely white, a little bit of red in the helmet. Rolling, throwing, caught. Not going to be enough for a first down. Seth Aldridge to Bailey Young. It's going to bring up a 4th down. They picked up 7. And let's see if they go. They're 5-5. They're virtually here on a pass, but looks like they're going to kick it away. Tech is now sending somebody back, and now they fake it, and they throw it deep. Incomplete. They faked it, and they try to hit Tim Fritz. And Tech is going to get very good field position to start their opening drive.
turnover on downs, Lynn Tech ball.
So Tech is going to have it at the Franklin 44-yard line.
Lynn Tech's ball.
The number 1 seed is Blackstone Valley. The number 2 seed is Neshoba Tech. Both of those teams are playing today in the Massachusetts State Tournament playoffs with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Gaskin runs it straight ahead, gets a first down inside the 30, maybe at the 30.
Number 28, Keone Gaskin carry.
They put it right at the 30. So 14 yards and a first down.
First down Tech at the Franklin 30-yard.
Wideouts right and left. Gravely and Gaskin in the backfield with Barrios. Gravely breaks it to the outside, slips a tackle, stays on his feet, still on his feet. Extra effort gets him down to the 6.
Number 7, Stefan Gravely carry. Stop made by number 7, Jared Bergman.
Very nice run by Gravely. So right off the bat, 3 plays in, Tech has it first and goal at the 6. Double wide outs to the far side, 1 to the near side. Motion coming. They give it to Gravely. He gets a yard to the 5.
Gravely on the carry. Stop made by 52, Mike Dobius.
Now they put it at the 4. So they gave him 2.
Second and goal for Tech from the Franklin 4-yard.
Gravely off the right side, slips a couple of tackles, spins into the end zone for a touchdown. They had him wrapped up, he spun away. And Tech makes it look easy.
Franklin 0.
Here's the replay. Spinning, he's in for the touchdown. So they take advantage of the field position, 44 yards in 4 plays. Flag on the play. And they didn't bother to see whether it went through or not, so it's got to be against Tech, I would think,
Flag on the play.
the way they shut everything down. That's against Franklin, offside.
Franklin.
I thought they'd carry it through, see if the kick is good. But they blew the whistle and blew the play dead. The young man with the 2 names, Jamie James, looking for the extra point. And he kicks it through.
Jamie James' kick is good. Score is Lintech 7, Franklin 0.
So as they come back upfield, we haven't played 4 minutes yet. Tech has run 4 plays, and Franklin gave him that field position, going for it on 4th down, faking a punt, and it cost him because Tech is going 44 yards in 4 plays. 30 of them picked up by Gravely, who picks up yet another touchdown. If he's not leading Division 8 in scoring, I don't know who is. And that player they're helping up is Seth Aldridge. He's the quarterback, playing both ways. He got knocked down and hurt. He's slowly leaving the field. We'll wait and see if he comes back or who takes his place at quarterback. He appears to be okay, but we'll see. James Runner and his group has done an outstanding job. You have to go back a way to see Tech 9-1 going into Thanksgiving. And I talked about the seniors getting a little surprise for an extra home game. They're on the road Thanksgiving Eve against Austin Prep. So the seniors thought they played their last game. Bouncing around the 22-yard line. Getting knocked down just about at the 25 is Jared Bergman.
Tech's kick ran back by number 7, Jared Bergman. Tackle made by 57, Rodolfo Mejia.
So he put it to 25. And that's where the Eagles of Franklin will put it in play. Second possession. They went 4 and out. They attempted a pass on a fake punt. They go I formation. Trying to run straight ahead, getting short yardage is Young.
Bailey Young carry. Tackle made by Joshua Pena.
He gets 2 to the 27. It'll be second down and 8. So Aldridge is back in at quarterback. They split the backfield now with a couple of wideouts. Second man through. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, not much more than that. Spencer Talega.
42, Spencer Talega on the carry.
They actually gave him a yard to the 28. So 3rd and 7. Rolling to the far side, looking to throw. Is in trouble. Is going to get wrapped up and thrown down.
Seth Aldridge carry, ran out of bounds by Javi Mamalejo.
Fourth down again. I don't think they're going to fake it here. Illegal participation against Franklin's going to push him 5 yards further back.
Franklin, illegal substitution. Fourth and 12.
That sack on the quarterback Aldridge was by Josue Pena. Kick is high and short. Takes a good Franklin bounce. And it's going to die at the 36-yard line.
Aldridge's punt is down at the Lynn Tech.
It was high and short, and as soon as it touched, it just took a really big hop. And Tech will have it for the second time at their 36-yard line. Just past the halfway mark of this first period. Seven nothing the Tigers. Looking for their 10th win. They send the double wideouts to the near side. Gravely and Gaskin in the backfield with Barrios the quarterback. Motion now. Coming to the near side with a head of steam, breaking it. He gets knocked down. I think he wanted to carry it out. Jared Bergman
Gaskins on the carry. Tackle made by
prevented
Jared
a touchdown. If he cuts it
First down, Lynn
to the near side, he might have gone all the way. So he goes from his 36 to their 36. 28 yards. Gravely slips and falls. He's going to lose yardage.
Stephon Gravely carry.
He lost a yard. 2nd and 11 for the Tigers.
Second and 11 from the 37-yard line of Franklin.
The double wideouts come to the near side. Now motion to the far side. They handed it off to Gonzalez. He's giving yards away. Looking for a block. He's going to wind up gaining a yard or two.
Alvin Gonzalez on the carry, forced out of bounds by Colby Mayer.
He ran a long way to get a yard. He looked like he was going to lose about 10. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Third and 10 from Lynn Tech from the Franklin 36-yard line.
The double wideouts go to the far side. Gaskin, the lone running back in the backfield with Barrios, looking to throw. In trouble. Going to take off and run with it. He's going to get a first down, I believe. He was looking to throw. He's going to get a first down.
Tackle made by Jared Bergman. First down, Lynn Tech.
So he picked up 10. Now they put it to 25. He picked up 11. So they move the stakes. They hold on to the football. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Franklin 25. Tech trying to add to a 7-0 lead here on their second possession. They go back to Gravely and Gaskin in the backfield. Gravely straight ahead. Bangs inside the 20.
Gravely carried, stop made by Tim Fritz.
They put it at the 18. He picked up 7.
Second down and 4
2nd and 3
from the Franklin 23-yard line.
from the 18-yard line. Again, the double wideouts go to the far side. Now motion to the near side. Gravely coming to the near side. Slips the tackle, turns the corner. It's coming back. We got a flag.
Gravely carried, flag on the play.
It's going to be holding, I think.
Holding on Lynn Tech.
They're going to mark it off from the 14-yard line. So give Gravely to the 14 for 4 yards. And then penalize him back to the 24. So it's going to be 2nd down and 9.
Second and 9 from the Franklin 29.
Gravely again. Gets down to the 15. That should be enough for a first down, and it is.
Tackle made by Spencer Talega.
They needed 9. He got 9. Final 2 minutes, and the clock is running here in the first period. This is Bono with the carry. Chance Bono
Chance Bono
gets to the 11 for a pickup of 4.
Tackle made by Dan Momani.
2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line. They give it to the motion man. Slips the tackle, stays on his feet. He's going to get a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Alvin
Gonzalez with the carry.
Tackle made by Mike Dobius.
They sent him in motion. Gave him the football. He got to the 4. He picked up 7. So Tech knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 4. With time winding down in the period. If they run the ball and don't get in, this could be the last play of the period. Gravely didn't get in. He got to the 1.
Gravely carried down to the Franklin 1. Stop made by several Franklin.
And they're not going to get another play off, I don't think. They don't get it off.
That's the end of the first quarter.
So the Tigers looking on this long drive, looking to go.
Franklin 0.
They started at their 36. The 11th play of the drive coming up. Tech has gone over 100 yards rushing. Franklin, not much overtime. 1 yard rushing. They completed 1 pass for 7 yards. They don't have a first down. So the 11th play of the drive coming up. Tech has eaten up most of this first period. 15 plays to 8 for Franklin, and one of those plays for Franklin was a punt.
When the second quarter starts, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 for Lynn Tech.
So from the 1, actually inside the 1. Let's see who they give it to. Barrios sneaks it in.
Number 5, David Barrios on the carry for the Lynn Tech touchdown.
So 64 yards in 11 plays. 1 play in, 2 seconds into the second period. And Jamie James will use that right foot again, trying to make it 14. And it's good.
Kick is good. Flag on the play.
Flag, I think, is going to be Franklin offside. They were coming up, squeezing in. Tech will take the point. So it'll be Ali Badawi one more time using that right foot kicking off. As Tech has made it look easy.
Penalty was offsides on Franklin. Jamie James' kick is good. Score is 14. Lynn Tech, Franklin 0.
Mass Vocational Championship could be on the line here. I haven't had a chance to go over the scenarios. I will do that because there's a few of them. They booted away at the 23-yard line. And getting across to 30.
Kick run back by Colby Mayo. Tackle made by Victor Ballam.
They put it to 34. They send wideouts right and left. I formation behind Aldridge. Faking, rolling, looking, let it fly. Caught. That's their first down.
Seth Aldridge's pass.
Nice throw, nice catch. Colby Malo.
Mayo forced out of bounds. First and 10 from the Linden Tech.
And they're in Tech territory for the first time at the Tech 34. So they go from their 34 to the Tech 34. 32 yards in the first down. They try to run straight ahead. They're going to go no place. They're going to be charitable and give him back to the line of scrimmage. It didn't look like he got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's where they're going to put it. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Spencer Talega on the carry. Tackle made by Kevin Aglia.
They now have a wing to the near side with a wide out to the far side, and everybody jumped, but it's going to be against Franklin.
Legal procedure on Franklin.
The wide out got a head start. So it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Second down for Franklin from the Tech 39.
The wing to the far side, the wide out to the near side. And they're going to hit him in the backfield and drop him.
Spencer Talega on the carry. Stop made by Emerson Ramirez.
Back at the 42. They lose 3 more. It was 1st and 10 at the 34. It's now 3rd at the 42. They need 18. Caught. They're going to be shy of the first down, but obviously they're going to go. Good throw. Right-handed quarterback going to his left.
Seth Aldridge pass is complete to Colby Mayo.
Aldridge to Malo again.
Gonzalez and Stephon Green.
They put it, we'll call it the 25. Give him 17.
Fourth
Gonna
and
be
2 for Franklin from the Tech 25.
About a yard and a half shy. They run it straight ahead. Left foot, right foot is going to determine whether it's a first down or not. Spencer Talega. Boy, it's close. He made it or missed it by like the stripe of a football as they bring the chains out. You get a good look at it here. They missed it.
Franklin is stopped short. Ball's turned over on downs. Then Tech 1st and 10 from their own. 24-yard line.
So they get it deep. They come up short. Tech just gained about a half a yard putting the ball down. And they only have to go, now they put it back at the 24. If they put it, if they checked it now, it would be a first down. They put it back at the 24. Trying to come to the near side. Get hit solidly by Talega. Gonzalez.
Alvin Gonzalez on the
He's
carry.
run the ball more now than we've seen him all year. We'll call it 5 to the 29. Gravely slips a tackle, slips another one. Staying on his feet, turns a lot of nothing into something and a first down.
Gravely on the carry, stop made by Dan Momani.
They give him 6 to the 35. Tubba Whitehouse to the near side this time. Motion now. Gravely again, straight ahead, cuts it to the outside. Just waltzing through, just arm tackling is not going to bring him down.
Gravely on the carry.
To the Franklin 45.
13, Kyle Snyder.
20 yards, very crisply. Almost like Franklin was playing two-hand touch rather than tackling. They were waving at him. He just kept waltzing through those arm tackles. Bono with a head of steam up. I'm looking at
Bono on the carry.
Gaskin going to the locker room.
Talega.
They give him 3 to the 42. Gaskin's been nursing that ankle, foot, leg injury, and he's going out. He's going to the locker room. We reached the halfway mark of the second period. Barrios looking to throw. Long and deep behind the defense, making the catch. Touchdown. Barrios lobbed it up. Gonzalez got behind the defense. Nice over-the-shoulder catch. "42 yards and a touchdown." Kick hit the goalpost.
James kick.
So it's 20 to nothing.
Score is Lynn Tech 20, Franklin 0. If we
76 yards in 5 plays. 20 picked up by Gravely on the ground. 42 of them on the touchdown pass. David Barrios to Elvin Gonzalez. That's been a hookup they've used quite a bit this year. Tech closing in on 200 yards. 194, 152 on the ground. That's their first pass, so the Burial's 1 for 1 for 42 yards. That makes that hole a little bit deeper for Franklin to climb out of. Getting out to about the 39-yard line.
Badawi's kick is received and run back by Jared Bergman.
Bergman with the return.
Franklin from their own 38-yard line.
Just over 5 minutes left till halftime.
Correction, 39-yard line.
Tech has scored on all 3 of their possessions. They go wishbone in the back. We haven't seen this in a long time. Blockers out in front. They come to the near side. And they get into Tech territory. Spencer Talega.
Spencer Talega on the carry
We haven't seen a wishbone
by numerous Tech players.
in a few years. To get to the Tech 47. 14 yards and a first down. And they stay in that tight wishbone. They try to run straight ahead. That's Young. They give him the 45 for 2. Second and 8 for the Eagles of Franklin. That's a pretty good drive to get here for this game.
Number 40 on the carry, Dominic
Dominic Bowden Smith with the carry. Got it to the 41. He picked up 4.
Tackle made
Third and 4. I will bet we're in 4-down territory here. And they may not need it. They might be a little bit shy.
Bailey Young on the carry, stopped by the middle of the Tech line.
They need the 37, so they're short. So we got to call it the 38. 4th down and a half a yard. Coming to the near side, they get the first down. And that's Talega.
Talega on the carry for Franklin, stop made by Emerson Ramirez.
First and 10 from the 35. They were down here before. And turns it back. Now, he looked like he was going to try and cut it up inside. They're going to lose yardage, which is what they did before. Young gets buried in the backfield, gang tackled. Back at the 40-yard line, he lost 15.
Timeout, Franklin.
Well, he lost 5, excuse me. Second and 15. Stay in that tight wishbone. Looking to throw. They temp it out in the flat. And pretty good coverage up there. They got it to Talega. They picked up 3. So it'll be 3rd and 12. Third and 12 coming from the 37-yard line. Looking to throw, they set up the screen. And they're going to be about a yard shy of the first down. The screen went to Bergman.
Aldridge's pass, complete to Bergman.
Fourth down and a yard.
Tackle made by 42 on this one. Antonio Morales.
Timeout on the field. 2:14 showing on the clock. Franklin trying to get back in it. They trail 20-0. But they've moved the ball. Their best drive of the day. They need a yard for first down to keep this drive alive. Coming to the near side, getting the first down and a little bit more and a lot more. And they're pushing them forward. They pile it up. They let it go. The officials don't blow the whistle. They let them keep piling up. Tech pushing back. Franklin pushing forward. Talega with the carry. And they finally put it down. At the 12. He picked up 14 yards in the first down. Off the right side, inside the 10. Young with the carry.
Bailey Young on the carry, stop made by Elvin Gonzalez.
He got to the 8. Second down and 6. Coming to the near side. Not going to get anything there. Gravely hit him first. That's Talega.
Carry, stop made by Mark Gravely.
So it'll be 3rd and 6. They go from the spread for the first time. Knocked down.
Aldridge's pass broken up by Marcus Taylor.
Marcus Taylor with the defensive play. So it brings up a 4th down. We got another timeout. 19 ticks left on the clock. Franklin's moved the ball all the way down. They're at the 8-yard line. They opted to throw that time. They sent a wide out to the far side. Aldridge rolled that side out of the spread. And Taylor made the nice defensive play, knocking it away. Now they double the wideouts to the far side. They split the backfield behind Aldridge. They pitch it to Lega. He's not going anywhere. I'm not sure what they thought they were going to do with that play.
Spencer Talega on the carry.
He's only lose a yard to the 9. Tech will have it with 9 ticks left. They can take a knee and get out of here because they get the ball to start the second half. It's been a big first half for the Tigers. This will be the only time they've been stopped 3 in a row. Possessions, touchdowns. The ball on the 9. They send all the receivers out. Barrios is going to throw it. Long and deep. Looking for Jamie James, incomplete.
Barrios' pass intended for number 2, Jamie James, incomplete. Second down.
Barrios threw that a long way to the sideline. I thought they might try to throw maybe a little short, maybe a screen pass to Gravely, give him some running room. Over the middle, over the head of Gravely, and that should do it.
Barrios intended for Gravely, incomplete. Third down, Tech in their own 9-yard line.
Clock reads zeros, but I think they're going to give Tech one more play. So Barrios was 1 for 1 for 42 and a touchdown. He's missed on his last 2, trying to go deep. This will be the last play. And let's see if they give it to Gravely. And they do. He breaks a tackle. He slips through. Down the sideline, cuts it back again. Cuts it against the grain. He's going to take it for a touchdown. They had him. He came down the near sideline. He broke it back again. And he's going to go 91 yards. Watch this run. They got him there. Right there, he's dead. No, he's not. Then he's down the sideline. They got him hemmed in right here. No, they don't. He breaks it against the grain. 91 yards later, he's in the end zone. $243 yards rushing for Tech, 169 for Gravely. Kick is good.
James's kick is good,
and that's going to be a talk about a backbreaker going in at halftime. Not only does Tech go 91 yards for a touchdown, they're going to get the ball to start the second half, and Franklin has had no answer. It looked like Tech was finally going to be shut down after they scored on 3 straight possessions. Gravely says, I don't think so. He goes 91 yards for a touchdown, and Tech, all of a sudden, it's 26-0. Tech over Franklin, 27-0. Tech over Franklin at halftime. Welcome back as we're set to start the second half. A huge half, and what a terrific ending for the Tech Tigers with Gravely going 91 yards. And what a horrible finish for Franklin. And they try an onside kick, and they had a shot at it. Nobody went near it, but it went out of bounds. So Tech is going to get it in Franklin territory. They'll mark off 5 from where it went out of bounds. So nothing going right for Franklin here. As I always say, open up the closet door, whatever can fall out on their heads. Tech is going to get it at the Franklin 48-yard line. It went out at the 47 of Tech. So they marked the 5-yard penalty for kicking out of bounds. And Tech has got great field position to start the second half. Gravely ran for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half. Bono. They faked it. They faked me out too. Barrios keeps and gets pushed out of bounds inside the 25. A nice fake to Bono. 25 yards picked up by Barrios. He's rushed for 37 yards. Gravely slips another tackle, gets down to the 15.
Gravely on the carry.
Give him 8. So they're doing this without Gaskin. He had 42 yards and 2 carries in the first half. And that ankle or foot starting to bother him again. He went to the locker room. He's not out in the field. I don't see him on the sideline either. Motion coming to the near side. Gravely breaks another tackle. Skips past and he walks easily into the end zone. They're not tackling him at all. Here's the replay. Look at this. They had him there. They had him there. They had him there. And they're trying to arm tackle him. And that's just not working.
5-2-0-0-2-4. If you could come up to the press box, please.
Gravely approaching 200 yards rushing. They make it 5 for 5 in possessions and scores. Jamie James makes it 4 for 5 on extra points.
Penalties decline, kick is good, score, Lynn Tech. 34, Franklin 0.
They're over 300 yards. They're approaching 300 yards rushing.
Again, the winning punt and goal number, can I have your attention, is 520024.
Valley Tech will be in that conference next year.
From the 22-yard line. And nice return by Jared Bergman.
Tackle on that kickoff for Lynn Tech was Devin Lewis, 52.
Now they put it, they're marking it to 39, they put it to 41.
41 yard line.
That calls a timeout. They were running people out in the field. They got 12 guys out there. They had a very late entry hustling out. They had to call a 30-second timeout. Coming to the near side. And he tried to cut it back on inside and got knocked down.
On the carry. Stop
It's
made by
Talega.
Emerson Ramirez. Second down for Franklin. Second and 7. And we're all 44 yards.
He picked up 3. He was the leading rusher for Franklin. He had 32 yards. They only had 36 yards rushing. They did have 68 passing with 4 first downs. So they just sneaked over 100 yards in that first half. Now they break that wishbone and go power I in the backfield. Cutting it up inside is Bergman.
Bergman on the carry.
We'll call it the 48 and give him 4. So 3rd and a long 3. Now they go back to that wishbone. They give it to the up man. He gets dropped in his tracks. Talega got drilled and loses a yard.
Dominic Bolton Smith on the carry. Stopped by 99 LVTI.
4th down and 4. And obviously down 34-0, you're going to go. Looking to throw. I'm not sure who he threw that to. Gravely, or Jamie James ran the best route. He's running backwards, forwards, sideways. They're finally going to knock him down. You knew there had to be a flag on the play. I'm not sure who Aldrich was throwing that to. There was a man out in the flat. I don't know whether he thought he was going to go downfield. He lobbed it up. Jamie James came up with it. And Jamie James ran about 300 yards to gain about 4. So let's see how they sort this all out. You know it's going to be against Tech.
Penalty on the run back against Tech, personal foul. Tech retains possession, will be 1st and 10 from their own.
So Tech will have it at the 38-yard line. This direction, they bobble it, and they wind up with it dropping. Bono went one way, he gave it to Gonzalez coming the other way.
Gonzalez on the carry. Stop made by Jack Fuller, number 78.
They put it at the 41. He wound up picking up 3 yards. It took a pretty good bounce so he could pick it up and run forward and pick up 3 instead of losing about 5. Bono, big hole running straight ahead. Down just shy of the 40-yard line.
Bono on the carry. Stop made by Bailey Young.
18 yards. They go very quickly and they give it to Bono again. Another big hole up the middle. to the 31. That should be a first down. They're not going to give it to him. It should be a first down. They give it to him again. Inside the 25.
Bono carries, stop made by 24, Bailey Young.
Bono with his biggest rushing outage. He's got 42 yards. Tech going very quickly to give it to Bono again. It's the Chance Bono show.
Bono carries again, stop made again by Young.
They put it at the 18. He picked up 6 more. 2nd and 4. Barrios with the keep.
Barrios on the carry, stop made by Colby Malo.
They give him the 12 for 6 and a first down. First and 10 from the 12. Gravely with the carry, gets about a yard.
Gravely on the carry.
And now they're going to put him back at the 12-yard line. No gain. Second and 10 from the 12. Franklin has run 4 plays in his third period, and one was the interception by Jamie James. Second and 10 from the 12. Bono bangs it ahead and goes in the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown by number 49, Chance Bono.
Here's the replay. He just runs over people. He's a big boy. 5'10", 218, and I think that's without the uniform and the shoulder pads. Only a junior. He's rushed for 60 yards. Flag on the play. The kick was no good. Let's see what the flag is about.
Kick was no good, but the penalty on the play.
62 yards in 8 plays. 5 of them, Bono running. Personal foul against Franklin. They may be getting a little bit frustrated
Personal
here.
foul against Franklin, retry on the conversion.
So they'll try it again. This time it's good.
Kick is good. Score is then
So he makes it 6 out of 7. And the score jumps to 41-0. Tech 5 yards shy of 400 yards. They've got 353 yards rushing. Shot, pop-up, bounces off, and they'll fall on it inside the 30-yard line. Bergman fell on it. Went off, an up man deflected away.
Down by
Bergman fell on it.
28, first and 10.
They'll put it at the 29-yard line. Six for six for Tech. Touches and touchdowns. They bang it ahead for a couple. That's Young with the carry.
Bailey Young on the carry. Stop made by 42, Emerson Ramirez. 7, Stefan Graber.
They gave him out to the 32 for a pickup of 3. Yeah, they try to run it straight ahead with Talega. Taliga.
42, Spencer Talega on the carry.
Picked up a couple.
5 from the Franklin.
3rd and 5. And they're going to keep that clock running. It's cold. Some of the fans on the other side are the seagulls trying to find something to chew on. They're landing up in the stairs right next to the fans.
Talega again on the carry. Stop made by 42, Emerson Ramirez.
They run it out to the 37. They need 2. Fourth and a couple. And of course they're not going to punt. They go I formation behind Aldridge. They bang ahead for a first down. Talega to the 40. They needed 2. We got 3.
42, Talega on the carry. Stopped by 42, Emerson Ramirez.
So they should be able to at least run out this third period. Turning the corner with a head of steam up. Dives ahead. Could be another first down. He needed midfield. They're going to give it to him.
Talega on the carry. Stop made by 5, David Barrios.
Actually, give him 11 to the Tech 49. Puts him over 50 yards rushing. He's been the one bright spot for Franklin. Slipping out of a tackle, and he should have stayed in it because they're going to lose more yardage. Young slipped away from Badawi. Badawi made the play because Young tried to spin away, and he wound up losing yardage.
Tackle made by 52, Dennis Lewis.
They gave him a pretty good spot, and he only lost a yard. And that's the end of the period.
That is the end of the third quarter.
So they've been virtually equal running and passing, 63 running, 68 passing. You just haven't had enough of either. 131 yards Tech has 398, and it shows on the scoreboard 41-0. So the situation is, if Tech wins, they could win the vocational championship outright. Blackstone Valley and Neshoba Tech are both playing in the state tournament, the MIAA state tournament. If they both win, Tech winning today would be the vocational champion. One of them, I believe it's Neshoba, is getting crushed. Blackstone Valley is winning. If one of those teams loses, Tech would play the loser of the MIAA tournament game in the vocational final on the 30th of November. If both Blackstone Valley and Neshoba Tech lose, they will play for the championship. Tech wound up with the football.
Franklin fumble recovery.
Aldridge never had the snap.
Ball, 1st and 10 from their own 49.
So Tech gets it at the 49.
The winner of this game will play on November 30th at Neshoba Tech.
They lost the football. They're going to get back to the line of scrimmage. The handoff went to the ground. Gravely picked it up.
Gravely carried.
They actually,
Stop made by
I'm going to call it no gain. So Lynn Tech winning today stays alive. Neshoba Tech got knocked out of the MIAA tournament. So it will be Tech against Neshoba on November 30th
At Neshoba Tech.
at Neshoba Tech, playing for the Mass Vocational Championship.
Gravely on the carry. Stop made by number 20, Dante Rosemont.
Gravely with the carry. He picked up 3. Gravely's 5 yards away from 200 yards rushing. Barrios keeps and gets.
Barrios on the carry.
They're going to give him,
Tackle out of bounds by
they're giving pretty good progress.
20, Dante Rosemont.
They give him 5. Fourth down and a couple. Barrios with 48. Bono with 60. Gravely with 195. Angel Hernandez is the new quarterback, as James Runner goes to his bench, as you would expect.
From the Franklin 43-yard line.
And we got a flag on the play. That's going to be against Tech. So surprise, surprise, the Tech season carries on. They'll play Austin Prep Thanksgiving Eve at Austin Prep. They almost fumbled the snap. Nice catch by Hernandez. He wound up picking up 2 yards, but it wasn't enough for the first down. So they come up short. And Franklin will take over. .405 yards of offense. And the only thing left for Franklin is to see if they can get on the board here in the fourth period and avoid a shutout. They get Talega to the 49. He picked up 5. So Gonzalez ran for 16, caught a 42-yard pass for a touchdown. As they pile up, Young trying to run straight ahead. It was Talega, it wasn't Young. He lost a yard. So I mentioned Gonzalez, 16 yards rushing, a 42-yard catch for a touchdown. Bono ran for 60, Barrios for 48. Gaskin, before he re-injured that ankle or foot yet again, had 42 yards in 2 carries. When he went to the locker room, he's on the sideline. He hasn't played. Coming to the near side, Young, he bangs forward for a short gain into Tech territory, halfway through and counting. They picked up 2. 4th down and 4. And of course, Gravely, 3 touchdowns, 195 yards. Barrios with a touchdown and a touchdown pass. Bono with a touchdown. Jamie James with 5 of 6. Extra points, they don't get the first down with Young. They're going to come up short.
Young was stopped short of the first down. Ball is turned over on down.
So Tech will get the ball back.
46.
Just under 5 minutes left. The snap goes right through. Bobbled. Still loose. It went right through the hands of Hernandez.
Tech fumble recovered by number 40, Dominic Bowden-Smith. 1st and 10.
Dominic Bowden-Smith recovered at the Tech 41.
Correction, the 21-yard line.
At the 21. They lost 25 yards. That knocks them down under 400 yards. Running straight ahead, Talega.
Talega on the carry, stopped by numerous Lynn Tech Tigers. Be second down and 3.
To the 13, he picked up 8. Franklin trying to get on the board. Tech trying to get as many players in the game as they can. Talega again slides forward for a first down. Inside the 10 to the 9.
Tripped up by 33, Vidawi.
Talega, a senior. They give it to him again. They put it at the 4.
Talega on the carry for Franklin. Be second and goal from the Lynn Tech 4.
There'll be just about 3 minutes left when they snap the football. Tech going to continue this outstanding season. They're going to go to 10-1. Now we got a whistle. 30-second timeout called by Tech. They got 12 guys on the field. Out of the eye. Talega again to about the 2.
Talega carries. Down to the Lynn Tech 2. Third and goal.
Since they recover the fumble, 4 straight carries by Talega. He's trying to repeat what Chance Bono did on the last Tech touchdown. He gets piled up. He can only go to the well so many times.
Talega carries, stopped by all of Tech.
They put it back at the 3.
Fourth and goal from the 3 for Franklin.
4th and goal. Trying to avoid the shutout. They need 3. They're at the 3-yard line. The pitch to Young, and he walks in the left side for the touchdown. So Talega got him down here. Young carries it in.
By 24, Bailey Young.
Here's the replay. So they avoid the shutout. And obviously they'll go for 2. Young's not going to get there.
Conversion attempt is no good.
So Talega winds up with 75 yards rushing for Franklin, the leading rusher. They wind up with 159 yards, 91 rushing, 68 passing, 7 first downs. And they're going to drop under 500. They're going to go to 5 and 6. Tech, I told you, continuing on this outstanding season, and they're going to just keep practicing. And another big early Christmas gift for the seniors. They got to play yet another home game here they didn't think they would get with this game. And now they're going to play in the final of Mass Vocational Championship Tournament. They'll take on Neshoba at Neshoba Tech Neshoba is the number 2 seed. Tech the number 3 seed. So Tech will get to play another game. It won't end Thanksgiving Eve. At the 24-yard line. And getting out close to the 44-yard line.
Kickoff received and run back by 22, Lolo Person. Tackle made by
Angelo Person was the returner. Got it to the 44. Under 2 minutes left. Tech still shuffling guys in and out. They go on the center this time. And that's Person with the carry.
Person on the carry, stop made by 11, Lucas Shaw.
Picked up 2. And they're not going to stop the clock for very much here. As they say that.
That's a 2-minute warning.
They're given a 2-minute warning. There's 1:15 showing on the clock. Oh, the clock now goes back to 2 minutes. Bono with the carry gets back to the line of scrimmage just barely.
Bono on the carry, stop made by 33, Austin DeVers. Second down and 8. Third down and 8.
3rd and 8. Bono runs into a brick wall. Fourth and 8.
Bono on the carry, stop made by 33, Austin Devers.
Under a minute. And counting. High snap over the head, recovering it, and coming upfield, cutting to the near side, and gets something out of nothing. There's a flag on the play. He ran it to the 47-yard line, did Angel Hernandez. They refused the penalty because it was 4th down. He ran a long way to get 7 yards.
Number 4, Angel Hernandez on that carry. Ball turned over on down. Franklin, 1st and 10 from their own, 46.
So they'll get to run a play or two. A lot of problems with the snap with the backup unit. So Tech winds up with 389 yards. They were over 400 at one time. 347 on the ground, 195 for Gravely with 3 touchdowns. Barrios passes for 1, runs for 1. Nice run by Talega.
22, Spencer Talega on the carry,
Picks up a first down
made by number 18, Victor
to the
Belmont.
Tech 25. 28 yards, and that put him over 100 yards. He's run for 103 yards. And this should be the last play. That put them over 100 yards rushing. They lose a yard.
Spencer Talega on the carry, stop made by number 25, Devon Silva.
Hurrying to try and get this play off. And they don't get it. That's going to do it. So Talega winds up with 102 yards rushing. He was a bright light for Franklin.
Play on November 30th,
Young got their one touchdown.
Tech for the vocational state
Tech, with the starters on the field, they were 6 for 6 possessions and touchdowns. Bono runs for 60. Barrios for 43. Gonzalez chipped in 16 and a 42-yard catch for a touchdown. Before injuring that foot again, Gaskin had 42 yards and 2 carries. And Gravely had 195 with 3 touchdowns. It was all over at first possession. Tech went on a 4th down, an incomplete pass on a fake punt. Tech only had to go 44 yards. Gravely from the 4. Jamie James got his first of 5 extra points, making it 7-0 as Gravely scored from the 4. Second possession spilled into the second period, 64 yards and 11 plays. Barrios from the 1. The kick was good, 14-0. They got it back again. They went 76 yards in 5 plays. Gravely picked up 20. Barrios went 42 to Gonzalez. The kick was no good. It was 20-0. It looked like they were finally going to shut Tech down. Franklin turned the ball over down at the 9-yard line. After 2 incomplete passes, Gravely went 91 yards for the touchdown to make it 4 for 4 possessions and touchdowns. The kick was good. It was 27-0 at halftime. They come out and scored in their first 2 possessions of the second half. 48 yards in 3 plays. Gravely from 15. The kick was good for 34-0. After a Jamie James interception, they went 62 yards in 8 plays. Most of them picked up by Chance Bono. Bono went 12 yards for the touchdown. The kick by James was good, 41-0. Franklin recovered a fumble on a bad snap at the Tech 21. Six plays. On 4th down, it was Bailey Young going in from the 3. The rush was no good. It was 41-6, and that was the final score. So Tech, the seniors got an early Christmas gift, getting to play one more game at home. Now they get another early Christmas gift. They're going to be able to play for the Massachusetts Vocational State Championship. They're going to play against Neshoba, at Neshoba, on November 30th for all the marbles. As Blackstone Valley continued on in the MIAA tournament, Neshoba got beat, so it'll be the number 3 seed Tech against the number 2 seed Neshoba at Neshoba on November 30th for the Mass Vocational State Championship. But Tech is going to relish this one. You got to go back a long way, maybe add up a few years to come up with 10 victories for the Tigers. But they are now 10-1. And they're giving Gaskin a piggyback around, trying to save that leg, that ankle. They're probably going to need him against Neshoba. And we're hoping he's going to be okay and able to play. But a big one here, they got rid of this one early against Franklin. And they're going to get 2 more games. They'll play Thanksgiving Eve against Austin Prep at Austin Prep. And they'll get to play for the Mass Vocational State Championship. Last time they won it, Gary Zaverka was the head coach. James Runner has a chance to get one for Lynn Tech now, as they'll be playing Neshoba on November 30th. But right now they're going to celebrate their 10th win of the season, 41-6 over Franklin. It's going to be a tough bus ride home for Franklin and their fans. Again, 41-6 Tech over Franklin. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.